What's up guys, 336 Detailing here today, and I'm going to make a video on how to remove side moldings, emblems, just any kind of unwanted badges on your vehicle. So, to show you what I'm talking about, this big long molding piece, we've got it on the front and rear door. We've got some little badges up here that we're going to remove. The first step that you're going to do is just clean the area as good as possible. You don't have to wash the truck. I just like to take a little detail spray, give it a quick wipe down. Doesn't have to be showroom ready, just so you're getting all the loose dirt and debris off of this area that you're working in, so you're not scratching it during the process. I always save the washing part for the end, because after you're using all of these tools I'm getting ready to show you, it tends to get rather dusty, so I always wash it at the end of the video. So okay guys, here is the tools, well, the majority of them that you're going to need. Just any kind of simple drill, doesn't have to be nothing fancy. Some fishing line, doesn't really matter on the strength, as long as you're around 25 pounds. That's what I prefer, because if you get any more, it starts to get a little bit thicker, and you want it thin enough so you can get behind that emblem and pull the glue off of it. And a heat gun to heat the emblem up and the glue behind it so you can safely remove it. And here we have some Goof off. Goo Gone works too. I just prefer Goof off, that's just me. And what I have on the end of this drill is called an eraser wheel. This is a 3M brand. You can get them on, I got this one on Amazon for, I think it was 20 bucks maybe. Great little investment to have doing auto detailing. This is going to take care of all your heavy work, remove all of the leftover glue, well, the majority of it anyways, the big pieces, and then that's where the Goof off is going to come in handy. So, little word of advice here, don't cheap out and get the $5 or $10 eraser wheel, because as you can see, I've got like 2 uses on this and it's just about gone. Puts off so much dust. I will never ever buy another one of these again. Buying that little 3M right there is the best decision I've ever made when it comes to eraser wheels. And these just clip right into your drill, nothing fancy, pretty simple. So let's get right into it, guys. Okay guys, once you have this area, this general area that you're working in, clean, free of all of the big pieces of dirt and such, you're just going to take your little Walmart heat gun. I think this is, this is just, it's about as cheap as it gets, guys, and it gets the job done just fine. So like I said, nothing fancy needed. I'll put it on the medium to high setting. Sorry if you can't hear me, this heat gun's rather noisy. So you're just going to go over the emblem. Always keep this thing moving. What you're trying to do is heat the glue up and the adhesive behind this emblem so that it pulls off the paint nice and smooth, so it doesn't pull the paint off with it during the process. So just a few minutes doing this, just heating it up. Okay, after you've got this emblem heated up, you're going to take your fishing line, cut you off maybe 20 inches or so, not much as you can see. And what you're going to do is just wrap this up in your hand, and you're going to come in behind this emblem and drag it and cut that glue. You have to be careful though, because when you're pulling this line behind this emblem, you could potentially pull this line into the paint and put scratches in it, and that's not what we want to do. So when you're pulling, try to pull towards yourself just a little bit so you're not hitting the paint of this vehicle, and it's going to cut through that glue really nice if you've got it heated up well. So I'm going to attempt to put you guys on the tripod, and we're going to get to work. I try to do one emblem at a time. Don't get ahead of yourself. Just work in small areas. Okay, that one should be about good. Take our fishing line, just simply wrap it up in our hands, come behind the emblem. Again, I'm pulling towards me a little bit, so I'm not digging into the paint. And as you can see, it's cutting through this glue pretty nice. Okay, almost got it. I put it up forward. Okay. One emblem done. Okay guys, as you can see, we have a lot of leftover glue left, but I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these two emblems, and then I will meet you guys on the next step. If I can find my fishing line, what did I do with it? Here we go. Now, after a few uses of this tends to get a little brittle. As you can see, glue got caught onto this and it tends to weaken this line. So after, you know, a couple of emblems, you may have to change this line out. No big deal, just cut you a new piece and get back at it. Yeah, I can tell that this one's probably going to break on me. I think we need just a little bit more heat. I'm going to back out of it. Not quite warm enough. This emblem is a lot bigger than the other one, so they have to heat it up just a little bit more to really get that glue behind it warm and soften that glue up. Okay. Chances are this is getting ready to break, but we'll just see how it goes. Smoother now. This line hasn't broke yet. It's doing quite a bit right now. Okay. And behind it with my finger a little bit. Done. Check out all this glue that's left. Our eraser wheel is getting ready to get its money worth, so needless to say. So what you want is, you don't want any scratches around this right here from your fishing line. As you can tell, there is no scratches. You want to leave as much glue on as possible. You want to pull the fishing line toward you so you're not pulling and digging into the paint and putting scratches in it. So next we're going to come in with our eraser wheel. Okay guys, one thing I wanted to mention when you're doing this, you want to keep your drill nice and steady, nothing fast, because this eraser wheel does get very hot and could potentially burn the paint, but as long as you're going at a slower, steady rate, you will be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of all this glue with my eraser wheel, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay guys, we got all of the glue off. As you can see, there's still a little outline here of where the emblem used to be. A lot of dust, sorry about that. But I'm telling you guys, if you would have bought the cheap one and did it, this whole truck would be covered in dust right now, guaranteed. So don't cheap out, get the 3M one. It's gonna last you, I don't know, probably 20 cars or more on average. That 3M one, or that cheap one, I've used it like 3 times and it's basically gone. But both of the emblems are off, or the moldings I should say. Got a lot of leftover glue, so I'm gonna get to work with our eraser wheel and we'll make it look like this. Okay guys, and it's the same process for these letters here. It's pretty much the same. You don't need a heat gun for these. As you can see, I'm just taking my eraser wheel. I'm gonna attempt to do this on camera. It's gonna be kind of hard because 2 hands are kind of needed, but I mean, this eraser wheel literally just tears through this sticker. As you can see, I got that little area right there of the 4 off. So I'm gonna continue to do the rest of this and I'll meet you in a minute. Okay guys, as you can see, we got all of the moldings removed. As you can see, there's still some lines here, just a little bit of leftover glue, but they are removed. So we're gonna give the vehicle a wash before we start polishing this paint to blend it, because when these moldings are on there, the paint up here tends to get hazy. And as you can see down here, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but the paint where this emblem used to be is more glossy because there's no weather effects taking place under this because the emblem's hiding it. So therefore this paint up here looks a little worse. So we're going to polish that and kind of blend this in. And doing that will hopefully take care of those lines that you see. So we removed the ones on the tailgate, dust everywhere. All of these are removed, so we're going to give it a quick wash and then I'll show you guys the polishing stage. Okay guys, the truck is washed, dried, kind of dry besides the water dripping out of the mirror, but as you can see, all of the glue is removed. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer. We still have a line where the emblem used to be. So what I'm going to do now, I've already tried a polish and a polishing pad and that did not work. So I'm going to jump up to a compound and a microfiber cutting pad on my Rupes Mark II. This is the 15. So when correcting paint, you always want to start with the least aggressive method. So immediately I wouldn't just tack this with the most aggressive compound that I have and the most aggressive pad, because you're removing clear coat, I mean just a tiny bit when you are correcting paint regardless. So that's why you always want to start off with the least aggressive method and build your way up, just like sanding if you guys have ever done any of that. So we're going to hit this with the compound. Hopefully we can remove these lines and I will bring you guys back in a second. Okay guys, I used my cutting compound in just the area where the emblem was on. Now I'm going to go in with my orange pad, which is a medium cut slash polish pad, and I'm going to be using CarPro Essence. This is a all-in-one kind of product. So it has polish in it to refine out the scratches that you left from compounding. And since I compounded in this area, I'm going to actually polish and bring that area bigger. And that is so you can blend the paint in, because you don't want just one solid area that looks brand new and then, you know, the rest of the truck looks like, you know, I mean, the truck definitely needs to be polished. So that's why we're going to blend the paint in bigger so it's less noticeable, because the customer does not want the whole truck polished at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and polish this. I've already got it all blotted out, spread out real even, so let's get into it. Okay guys, here's the finished product on the driver's side. Bring you back here to where the 4x4 emblem was. I know a lot of you guys don't have polishers at home, and that's fine. Generally, I know this is an older truck, but generally once you get this emblem removed, you can just come in with some compound and polish by hand. Just go in circles with it and you can remove the line. If you guys have any more questions, comments, let me know. Please like and subscribe on the videos. Greatly appreciate you all watching. Thanks.